So, as I've been going through the last week of starting making videos, and just what it's done for me has allowed me to really be reflective of my thoughts around Christ so much. I think a lot of times I would have these thoughts in my head and then I would forget about what I was thinking about. But now that I'm documenting my faith journey, I feel like every day my eyes are set more and more and thinking more frequently about Christ, which is a wonderful thing. And what I'm also noticing is that I'm really trying to naturally disciple more and bring Christ to conversation more frequently, or at least it's happening more frequently, whether I know it or not. I'm not intentionally trying to preach to people by any means, but I just noticed that these conversations around Christ are popping up way more frequently, and it's been a really big blessing to be able to notice how much Christ is alive in people. And it doesn't become a topic of conversation frequently, but it feels like now the conversation around Christ is much more abundant ever since I've been really focusing a lot on my faith. And even in the conversations with my friends, my really close friends, I'm just realizing how much they're having an impact on others as well. Like one of my really close friends here, Tom, he's telling me stories about how he's naturally discipling people on runs, just like he did with me. And it's such a cool thing to be able to see how much Christ is moving in people. And I think we're really starting to see it as a country too, this uproar of faith being followed and Christ being followed a lot. Let's see if I can focus this again so I don't lose it. Golly. And so, one thing I really want to talk about, and what's been weighing on me a lot, is a hymn, I believe, or just the song, "It Is Well With My Soul." And that's been weighing on me a lot, because I have been noticing that no matter what is going on in my life, and I guess this is kind of the story of my life, which is no matter what is happening, whether good or bad or anywhere in between, I just know that I just accept and trust that it is gonna be fine. And I know it's such a cliche thing to say, but I know that it's the Lord's will, and if I accept that and understand that no matter what it is that He wants me to do, I will do it. If it meant picking up and moving out of Jacksonville tomorrow, and I felt really like that was what God was calling me to do, I would do it. And I think that's a really difficult place for me to come from, because I never once was like that. And it would be very hard, and some of these things are really hard for me, the things I go through, and but understand that it is well with me if that's part of God's will. And I think that's kind of the story of my life too, right? Like with the trauma and the loss in my life, understanding that it is well with my soul despite whether I wanted to or not, or whether I like something or not. I know that it's part of God's will for me, and if I can live that out and trust that, then it's going to be fine, and He will provide for me in ways unimaginable. And I'm seeing it happen right before me too. And I'm really just in a good season of my faith right now, where I'm able to speak from experience and from the trials and tribulations, and understanding that He is faithful no matter what. And it's testimony truly to what's going on right now in our country, that it always was in God's will. I truly believe that Charlie passed, and by no means at all am I saying that it was justified, because it's not. And what happened to Charlie was absolutely evil, and was not a battle against flesh and blood, but it was from the spirit, the evil spirit, like Satan and the devil. But I think that Charlie's death is becoming a pinnacle for a lot of people to realize that our days are numbered by God, and that if we can live like Charlie did, who was devout in his faith, and that he was living his life for Christ, I think that a lot of this may be the turning point, no pun intended, but I think this might be the turning point in our country where a lot of people come to Christ. And that's a really powerful thing, because I think in a lot of ways, I don't know how strong my faith would be with God if I hadn't gone through what I went through. And so, I think I think all of us kind of are reflecting now on Charlie's death, and we're thinking to ourselves, how sacred life is, and how our days here are numbered, and that where we want to spend eternity matters, and it's allowing people to think differently than they used to. And it's a really cool time to see an uproar in faith in our country. And I mean, heck, you see thousands and thousands and thousands of people coming to church and packing out churches more than they ever have seen before. And that's why I think social media is a big distractor and can make you think that God is not alive and well, but he is, and he's stronger now than maybe ever before. And we're seeing a revival across our nation right now and across the world, really. And it's an exciting time to be a Christian, and hasn't always been that way. And there's a lot of threats still that are coming across Christians for being public about their faith and preaching good values, Christian values, especially in men who are really adamant about their faith and aren't afraid to speak up about it. And I think I'm trying to be that person too, and not in a way that belittles anybody else or pushes people away from the faith, but just living my life in a way that glorifies him. So I think the moral of where the essence of where my mind is at with everything right now is understanding that it is well with my soul, whether good, whether bad, whether ugly, whether hard, or a peak in my life, a really good season in my life. No matter what it is well with my soul, and I'm trusting that it's the Lord's will for me, and there's a lot of comfort knowing that. And that we talk, my pastor talks about peace that transcends, and that's what I'm experiencing right now, that there's peace that transcends, and it doesn't always feel that way. In a lot of ways, it's very hard for me to come to that understanding. But my gut is that there's a lot of peace in my life right now that I haven't had before, and knowing that I'm giving it to God, and that it's not my battle to be fought, but that price was already paid by Christ, and we can speak from a place of victory and not defense. So it's a good feeling right now. But I just wanted to share my thoughts on that. That's what's kind of going on in my head right now. And I hope that's optimism for anybody else that's kind of undergoing some of that in their life. And I really hoping that there's a lot of people on my mind right now that I'm feeling like I need to continue to pray for, and some of them are my really, really close friends. And I'm praying that they find God or come back to God. Either people who are saved that have stepped kind of away from the faith, or people who have no idea who Jesus Christ is. There's a lot of people that I'm praying for: Mary, Cole, Matt, Josh, my sister, Hannah, my girlfriend, Hannah's family, my family, extended family of mine. Lenasia, Jake. I'm just trying to rattle off all the people I'm praying for right now. Tom, Mark, Billy, a lot of my patients I'm praying for right now. It seems like our world needs more prayers now than ever. But, you know, these are all Lacey, Anton's wife, Ross, Bree, Sam, all these people that need a lot of prayers around them. And I'm just asking that the Lord will work in ways unimaginable, because I've seen it happen in my own life, and I know that it's happening, and I know that it can happen for them too. And I just pray, I'm praying hard that, you know, they feel the passion that I feel right now, and no matter what life throws at them, whether embarking on a new journey in life, like my best friend Cole, who recently had a kid, whether it's Jonah's another one I'm praying for, Jonah and Aubrey, Tyler, X, Dylan, no matter who it is, really, all my close friends and family, I want to continue to pray for them, that they find God, and that that the Lord provides me the words to say, that maybe plant a seed, and I leave the rest of the watering up to Him. So knowing that, but all that to say, knowing that no matter what life gives them at that time, whether a good season or a bad season, that they continue to remain steadfast in their faith, or continue to look at God despite a lot of frustration maybe with Him, because they don't understand what's going on right now. And you know, I think that the Lord is going to provide in unimaginable ways, even when you feel like He's not, and understand that it is well with my soul despite all of that. But yeah, that's what's on my mind today. But I'm really confident in Christ, confident in my journey right now, and that I'm going to continue to spread the word of God as much as I possibly can, in a way that people can understand it. Maybe, you know, provide me the words that help them grow closer to Him, or plant a seed, or whatever it is. But anyways, yeah, that's where my mind's at right now. So it is well with my soul. That's it.